Salve! Allora, sono a dir poco emozionatissima. Questo nuovo episodio di Libri nello Spazio ha probabilmente il suo ospite più importante e celebre. È qui con me MIRCEA CărTăRescu. È qui con me MIRCEA CărTăRescu. Hi Mircea.
Hello.
For me, it's an honor to have you here with me, and I'm a bit anxious, but I have to try with the first question. That is the question I make every time I talk with an author, and is who is Mircea? I know you are famous all around the world, and I'd like to have the answer with your eyes. Who is Mircea for you?
It's a very hard question.
I know.
For me, and I think it gets every writer in trouble, and every people actually, because this is the deepest question that can be addressed to someone. I have an intimate journal for 52 years. I started it in the autumn of 1973 when I was 17. And I wrote this huge journal, which is now half a meter in my bookcase at home, just to find out who I am. And of course, the only thing that I could not say about myself in those 52 years is right this one. I could never find out who I really am, because you cannot say that in a journal. A journal, even if it's very intimate, it's still exterior to yourself, to your soul, to your I don't know, most concentrated essence of yours. I think that it's good that we never know. It's good that we never know, because actually trying to find out who you are is a sign that you actually found yourself. There's nothing like I'm this and I'm that. I am the fact that I'm looking for myself. The way to myself is the real quest that actually represents my inner life, my inner self, the pearl that I grew inside me.
Thank you. This is a beautiful answer. I'd like to talk about your books, but there are a lot of books, very big books, and we love it in Italy. I have recently read the small book that you present here in Napoli. There is Dentro lo stesso sogno with Antonio Moresco. I like this book because it's a love letter to literature. I loved your answers and Antonio's answers, because you talk about I don't know how to express properly, but it's the love for books, for literature, and for the other authors in your life. I'd like to ask you if there is some Italian author that you love. I know you like Dante and you like Divina Commedia, but I'd like to know if you read some Italian authors.
Well, I don't read national literatures. I read everything that I find. So I'm an omnivorous reader. I really don't care what's the nationality of a writer. The most important question is, do I like him or her, or I don't? So I'm not categorizing writers by the time or by geography. In my bookcase, they are put at random. I don't have a department of the Russian literature, a department of the Italian one, and so on. But of course, it happened that I have read Italian writers all the time, all the time. Of course, from Dante Alighieri, I wrote about him. I have essays about Dante, but I also read mostly everything, from the classics to the modern writers. I'm good friends with some very good Italian writers. For example, with Andrea Baiani. I'm very good friends, and when he comes to Bucharest, because his books are being translated in Romanian, I am the one who presents him all the time. And I met him in the States where he lives too. I'm good friends with Vani Santoni, for example. We are very close, and he was so gentle to talk about my books all the time when I came to Italy. And many other Italian writers that I'm proud to have known and to have read. Um, of course, I love Dino Buzzati, for example, from the classics of modernity, and many others, even Curcio Malaparte, who, well, despite his past that we all know, he was a very good writer, in my opinion. The Il, Il Pelle, La Pelle.
La Pelle.
La Pelle is a very nice novel which is set here in Napoli. Yeah. So I'm very fond of the Italian literature.
Thank you. And just another question. You wrote a lot of books, and you are here for the last book. There is Theodoros, and you wrote a lot of poems, and you wrote novels, and you wrote short stories. What about the future? I think you will never stop writing, because you yesterday talked about the importance of writing and the impossibility to stop it. How do you see you in future?
Well,
Your new projects or something else?
I wrote actually in all the genres except theater. I never wrote theater, but it's the only genre that I refuse to
Okay.
get inside. I don't know why. But I wrote, of course, 8 books of poetry. I wrote prose, very many books of prose, short stories, novellas, novels, and of course, I wrote academic books because I was a professor all my life. But each and every book that you write actually take its share from your brain, so you cannot repeat it. Part of your brain, of your literary brain, is blocked. You cannot return there. I wish I didn't write many of my books, just to be able to write them from this point on in the future, maybe. I'm very angry with me that I wrote, for example, Vaccinante. I'm very angry with me because now I cannot start it again. Each and every book takes a part of yourself. And at the end, when I'll be 70 next year, when you get to this age, you see that most of your topics, your subjects, your symbols, your way of writing just vanished because you used everything in your previous books. When you wrote more than 30 books which I did, it's very hard to find another path, another way, another kind of telling your story. So now I'm in this point where I have to dig again, to look for another vein of silver or gold, or for another layer of soil with diamonds or things like that. So I go on digging, and for 2 or 3 years I could find nothing. only dross, only soil. But I still have the hope that I will be given the chance to write another book or other 2 books. I don't know. And I write all the time. Now I'm writing a very strange book, a very strange, the strangest that I did, uh, which is inspired by some paintings by Giorgio de Chirico, another Italian, whom I think he was a genius. He started all the surrealistic movement in paintings, uh, and my new short stories have some nuclei in some paintings of the Chirico. I told you that because just for imagining the atmosphere, to give you an idea. So a sort of a metaphysical literature. And I'm very, very, very glad and very, very pleased with what I do now.
And we are glad too, because we are waiting for your books.
Okay.
I have to thank you for this interview. For me, it's an honor, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your nice questions, and I hope our readers, your public, will enjoy.